Real estate all across the nation has seen record-breaking growth, and with it comes concerns about inventory and affordability. And although this is a national problem, nowhere has it been more prevalent than right here in Miami, Florida. Over the past 12 months, tens of thousands of people have moved to the Vice City, which has put a huge strain on the inventory, and as a byproduct has skyrocketed prices. So the question now remains, is Miami no longer affordable? Let's discuss. What's going on, everyone? Steven from the Vargas team here again. And if you're looking to learn more about the Miami real estate market and you're interested in market updates, property tour videos, and much more, then consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell to be alerted of my weekly videos. So I'm not breaking any news here when I say that the Miami real estate market has been on a tear. Everyone knows how insane prices have gotten, but just how bad is it? Well, why don't we start off with the fact that Miami is now the least affordable city in the US. And you may be thinking to yourself, well, what about New York and San Francisco? But what you also need to take into account is that the cost of homes is just one side of the equation. Affordability also takes into account the average income in each one of these cities. So when you add the home price growth and the salaries in Miami, what you're left with is a shocking revelation in that Miami, well, it's expensive and it doesn't pay that well. As of February 2022, the median asking price for a home in Miami reached $589,000, which is a 13.5% increase from the prior year. Meaning, if you take the average income of $43,000, that would mean that 80% of your household earnings would go to mortgage and property taxes alone just to afford a medium priced home. Obviously, this isn't sustainable, nor is it practical, not to mention that finding a medium priced home in the Miami area is a daunting task in and of itself. But when you compare the median income of other cities to Miami, that is when you start to see just how unaffordable Miami has gotten. The data on this chart is from Realty Hop, which ranks the least affordable US housing markets as of February 2022. Take Miami and New York, for example, which are 1 and 2 on this list. Compare Miami's $43,401 median household income to New York's $68,259. Not only is it about $25,000 more, but when you compare that 80% of your earnings only affords you about $589,000 in Miami versus $970,000 in New York, you start to see just how big the gap truly is. Part of the problem is the pace in which Miami prices have soared. Since March of 2019, the cost of Miami homeownership increased 17% when compared to 8% in New York and 5% in Los Angeles. So if you're one of the lucky ones who were able to purchase a property within the last 5 years, then congratulations on your newly gained equity. And to everyone else, don't fret. I personally don't think that it's still too late. Prices are still high, but they're expected to go even higher within the next few years. So if you want to ride that wave of appreciation, then the next best time to act is now. Now, demand, of course, is the main culprit, but it's not the only reason for the increase in prices. There are other factors such as the supply chain issues, which have made it more expensive to build homes. And as I'm sure that you could probably have guessed, developers are not going to eat that cost. And as such, they pass that over to the consumer instead. But probably the biggest impact to affordability that has happened most recently is the increase to mortgage rates. This month alone saw the 30-year fixed mortgage rate go up to 4.27%, which is the highest it has been since May of 2019, making it 1 full percentage point higher than a year ago. And the reason why this matters is that because for every 1% increase in interest rates, the amount of home you can afford goes down by 10%, making the already limited pool of options for homes even smaller now that your budget has essentially decreased. Now, for the local buyer, this news is devastating as most local buyers seek to finance their home purchase. But for the out-of-state buyer looking to call Miami their new home, I personally don't think this is going to have much of an impact, seeing that out-of-state buyers have been buying cash and paying cash long before interest rates were going up. So it will be interesting to see how this all plays out over the course of the next few months. But one thing is for certain, mortgage applications have definitely gone down. Now, it's not just sales that are all-time highs. Believe it or not, the rental market is even worse. Realtor.com reported that the median rent in Miami has exploded 49.8% higher than the previous year, making the new median rent $2,850. What this all boils down to is that rents have essentially doubled in the course of the year. And when you sit down and think about it, this makes perfect sense. People want to move here, but before they buy, they like to rent and get situated to the neighborhoods and understand the process a little bit better before they start acquiring a home. However, there aren't enough homes to go around, so would-be buyers tend to stay renters longer than anticipated, and of course, these renters are paying over list price and a premium to get into these places just so they can have a place to stay before they start the home buying process, and as such, rents have increased. So what do you do if you're looking to rent or buy in the Miami area? Many people will likely tell you to wait until the market has gone down. The problem with this sentiment is that I've heard that every single year of my career, even when the market was down. These people who tend to say this to me are buyers who are never going to buy, or more than likely will never find a market that is good enough and has the perfect conditions required for them to pull the trigger. Unfortunately, you can never time the market. It is almost statistically impossible to do so. In fact, those who spend time in the market on average make way more money than those who try to time the market. Look, guys, I am bullish on Miami. I've lived here my entire life, And I have always said it's one of the best cities in the world to live in. And back then I used to get laughed at for saying that because people used to refer to South Florida as a place people go to retire. However, as of late, it's hard to ignore that objectively, this is becoming more true by the day. To me, Miami is just getting started, and I believe the city is beginning to emerge as one of the bigger players in the nation. Finance, tech, Hollywood, they're all making moves to have an imprint here and a presence in the Sunshine State. And with that comes tremendous opportunity. And with opportunity, of course, comes jobs and salary growth and a better quality of life. So is Miami affordable? No, not by a long shot. But I don't believe you move here for the affordability. I believe you move here for the opportunities and to be part of something that is just now starting to ramp up. It's not affordable, but I do believe that Miami will at some point correct itself, or at the very least, not be number one on the list. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more South Florida real estate content. And if you found the information in this video valuable, then help the channel out and help me out by clicking that thumbs up button. I will see you all next week. Take care and God bless.